Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, I'm Kathryn, the Aerogarden Homesteader, and this is the bean experiment, and these ones look just as bad as the other ones did. They are losing a ton of leaves. I don't think less food is the way to go. I don't think more food is the way to go either, so I'm not really sure what to do. I did harvest an absolute ton of beans from, mostly it was the Blue Lake. The Blue Lake were actually a lot more productive than, I think these are the Contender. I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember anymore. Whatever I put on this side, which I think is the Contender, it either wasn't as productive or it wasn't as fast as the Blue Lake. So, Blue Lake, that's probably the way to go. I couldn't tell a difference in taste or texture or any of that stuff. I feel like a green bean is a green bean. Doesn't matter what color it is or the name of it. The production level, though, on the Blue Lake was definitely a lot better. They are, I don't know if you can really tell, they're a slightly more compact plant. So the Contender did kind of grow up a little bit higher than the Blue Lake. And I kind of feel like the same thing happened over here with these yellow ones. I can't remember what they're called. Cherokee Yellow, I think. And then we had these Burgundy, Royal Burgundy. So these ones definitely got a lot taller than the Blue Lake, but they're still going along. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to go for. I do have a flower back there. I got a couple more flowers down here. There are still some baby beans in here. I'll show you how much I've harvested. I harvested, so last video I said I was going to harvest in about a week. It really was almost a week to the day. I harvested yesterday. And yeah, so I'll tell you what I got just harvesting yesterday. And then I'll put up on the screen how much I got in total. So yesterday's harvest was actually really good. I didn't get too many of the purple or yellow. There are still some in here that they're really, really close to being ready, but they weren't quite ready at the time of picking. But yesterday's harvest, it was mostly these Blue Lake, and I feel like I almost had enough to fill a pint jar. Maybe it was slightly more than a pint jar, but I mean, it was a decent amount. It does make me wonder if I hadn't had my timing all off, if I would have been able to, you know, what is this? It's more than 48 plants. It's like almost 100 plants here, isn't it? 12, 20, no, it is 48 plants. My goodness, I can't count. But, it gave me a really good number of beans across the whole kind of experiment, and it's still going. Now, there's two issues. Issue number one, I think I might have spider mites. This is a running theme. It is a really annoying running theme, and I'm getting really sick of it. Number two, we got a new fridge. We might have to take all of this down because we might have to put it in this corner. This is my dining room table right now. I don't know if you can tell. This is a dining room table. It's got all sorts of crap piled on it. This is our crap piling place. So, and the fridge we have really sucks. So we wanted to get the new fridge up and running. This is probably the best spot for it because it doesn't currently fit where the old fridge is, which sucks. So we might have to replace the dining room table with something smaller and put the fridge over in this corner and get that going. So I don't know what's going on with that. The other thing is we had our freeze dryer go down. Oh my goodness, what a pain in the butt. Don't bother getting in touch with customer service with Harvest Right if you are not under warranty because they did dick all. Pardon my language. But it wasn't that I got a rude service or anything. The customer service was really nice. They just were not helpful at all. They didn't even say, hey, did you check this or that? Or how did your freeze? Or how did your vacuum test go? No, it was like, are you under warranty or not? Oh, I'm sorry. Here's an invoice. Pay this and then we might get back to you with a phone call. It's like, no. So I'm going to link a video below. I found a video. It was actually two guys in a cooler referenced this video, and I went through and I did everything in this video, and my goodness, I took the freeze dryer apart several times because, obviously the first time wasn't good enough because I didn't do one of the fixes properly. So our freeze dryer is finally up and running again, so thank goodness. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have had the energy or whatever in me to even do the update this week. It was just, oh my goodness, it was so annoying. But anyways, we are back up and running. Thank goodness for that. Yeah. But anyways, I am going to show you how the tomatoes are doing. Do have some new growth right here that looks awesome. I could probably prune off some of this old stuff. But yeah. Over here we have the cherry tomato. Got a little bit of burning going on the leaves, so I think, I'm not sure if it's burning or if it's just one of those older branches that can just kind of get cut out. I think it might be. There's a few of them like that. But the tomatoes are looking pretty good. This one is I don't know if you can see. This one, it's got some pretty big cherry tomatoes on it. It's not a little bitty, you know, like a mini cherry tomato. It's got some more decent sized. Sorry, I'm filming at a weird angle, but I mean, this one's a really decent sized tomato. These ones are still pretty young, but these ones, this one here and the one down here, I think they will start changing color soon. Do have some empty branches over here that I still need to prune off. We got some more flowers falling off. So I think I need to actually increase the food for this one. I have noticed that when the flowers start falling off and drying, it generally means either it's not getting enough food and it can't support having more fruit on it, or you're not tapping it enough. And I'm pretty sure it's both. I think that it needs more food and it needs a bit more tapping. So I'm gonna have to work on the tapping issue, and I can easily work on the food. Today is food day. I think I gave this one 5 ml. It is a very small, I mean, think sprout sized. So I think I'm going to increase this to 10 and see how that does, and if we are able to support more tomato growth on it. Oh, that branch is like completely dead. Oh, that's gross. Making a mess. And finally, the one in the harvest. This is the one I am most looking forward to. I have a whole bunch of flowers hiding in here. The growth on this one is really compact and really, like, just compact. It's hard to describe it. It's not bushy per se, but it's just super compact. And I don't know if you can see, that is a chunky stem. Like, it is really chunky. I don't even have any real good, like, this one here is like the brownest leaf I've got. Now, this isn't a harvest, and I have been giving it 10 ml of food. I think I'll probably keep it at 10 for another 2 weeks and see how it does. And then we'll go from there. It really hasn't gotten very much bigger than, I think I'm up 3, I can't tell, I think I'm up 3, 1, 2, yeah, I'm on the 3rd setting for the light. So it's really not up very high, but it is up. And the deck has been working really good. I don't know how so the roots are slowly working their way over to the other side. Let's see if I can lift it up a little bit and see. Oh yeah, they're really nice in there. So they are working their way across the pump, but so far the pump still runs and everything's looking really good. So I'm really pleased with how that's turning out, and I really want to try this again with the 3-inch net pot, because I do feel like the 3-inch net pot would be a little easier to work with, just because you've got a little more leeway on the size of the stem and the roots and all that, and it's just got a bit more of a growing area. We got some more over here. And I do need to, because of the freeze dryer and sort of everything else that's been on my plate lately, I have not gotten the Bounty printed yet. I need to go into the print file. I need to rework the pins so that they are their own print, and then I should be able to print the file. The other thing is, I do have a roll of the PLA on the 3D printer, and I've been trying to use up that roll so I don't have to swap it out, because there's not enough on the roll to do even half of the print on the Bounty. So I could print the pegs, but I kind of want to use up that roll. I've been kind of trying to use it up on things, but it's going slow, so I might just have to bite the bullet and just pull it off and just be done with it, and just so I can get the print done. But that is how the indoor gardens are doing. The outdoor garden's still trucking on. It has been really cold here lately. We get up in the morning, it's like, it was 47 this morning, 45. My goodness, it was cold. Like, we had a little warm spell, and then that was it. We also had a really weird warm spell in like February, and I think that killed off all of the blossoms for our peaches and our nectarines and apricots, and oh my goodness, it's It was bad. And it's not, it wasn't just us. There's a whole bunch of people on a homesteading group for our area that were complaining about the same thing. So I hope you guys had better weather over the winter for your fruit trees than we did, but you know, it is what it is. We had a really good apricot year last year, so you know, we do have some kind of stored up and you know, in jars as puree, so I can still do things. It's just not as pleasant to eat. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will have some videos up at the end that you might also enjoy, and I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.